212,000 tickets being issued every day nationwide.
So that means people don't need to worry about paying a ticket fine anymore.
No, not if you have a ticket guard citation protection plan. It's the first of its kind. It's never existed in America, nor has it existed abroad.
Welcome to It's Possible Podcast. This is where we help high-income earners save money and prepare their retirement. And we also do that by bringing great people on the show that will tell you what they do to support the community and how they deal with money. So today I have with me Reuben. Reuben, please take a minute, introduce yourself, and tell the people what you have for them today, please.
Certainly. I'm Reuben Levvy from Ticket Guard. My company is the exclusive provider of the Citation Protection Plan, which is designed to pay traffic ticket, parking ticket, and speeding ticket fines nationwide.
You pay tickets fines?
Yes.
So that means if someone has a ticket driving on the street, on the road, they get a ticket, and you pay the ticket for them?
Yes. Pretty much in a nutshell, Wilkin. So what happens is with the Citation Protection Plan from Ticket Guard, if any of our member subscribers receive a parking ticket, traffic ticket, or speeding ticket fine, Ticket Guard comes in and we verify that claim, which will be your citation fine. We verify it to make sure that it's true and legitimate. We contact the issuing agency or municipality, and then we go about going ahead and taking care of that fine for you, up to $250.
Wow. So that means people don't need to worry about paying a ticket fine anymore?
No, not if you have a Ticket Guard citation protection plan. It's the first of its kind. It's never existed in America, nor has it existed abroad, this type of subscription product. It's not insurance. It's not an insurance product, but it is a subscription product. So what happens is, when developing the Citation Protection Plan, we tried to first figure out what could we bring to market that doesn't already exist, what would be beneficial to the complete mass. So take, for instance, here in the United States, we have over 233 million licensed drivers throughout the United States. And you got about 212,000 tickets being issued every day nationwide, which if you break it down, you're looking at about 78 tickets, speeding tickets being issued every minute throughout the United States. 78 tickets every minute. And that's just your speeding tickets. So you're not taking into account your parking tickets. You're not taking into account your basic moving violation or basic traffic violation citations. That's just your speeding tickets.
This video is brought to you by It's Possible Insurance and Financial Services. We have our office here in Fayetteville, Georgia, 353 Glen Street North. If you'd like to learn how to prepare your retirement, to save your money or protect your assets using youve and Annuities, please click on the link below and schedule a call with me. I will be glad to talk to you. Thank you very much for watching the video. Let's go back to the interview. 78 speeding tickets in the United States.
A minute.
A minute?
A minute, not a day. A minute. You have over 212,000 being issued daily. So take, for instance, this fact. We, as American drivers, spend over $6 billion a year in just speeding citation fines. Not all of your fines, not all of your citations accumulatively, just speeding tickets. $6 billion is coming out of Americans' pockets into municipalities and issuing agencies for a simple violation of speeding.
Every year.
Every year. So having a citation protection plan is a definite go for anyone that has a license here in the United States.
All right. So how does that benefit someone?
So if you take into consideration as well, your average speeding ticket is going to run you about $152 in a fine. It can go up as much as $450 depending on where you live.
Yeah.
And that's depending on if it's a super speeding ticket as well, which does garner higher fines. But your basic speeding tickets is going to run you in between $152 all the way up to $250 bucks. So what we find is that even though $152 may not sound like a lot of money to a lot of people,
Yeah.
however, there are many people, many licensed drivers here in the United States that $152 becomes an inconvenient expense. Yep, you may have it, but I had that allocated for a bill, or I had it allocated for food, or I had it allocated for the kids, and now I'm having to take that money and reallocate it to paying this fine. But if you have a ticket guard citation protection plan, which is only $9.99 a month for the subscription,
Yeah.
you receive that speeding ticket and that $152 fine. Ticket guard's here for you to take care of that fine. So that's money that you're not having to pull out of your pocket.
So what about someone that never has a ticket? They have the plan.
Well, what I say to that is that we find that just as having car insurance, we may never ever have an accident.
Okay.
We may not be a victim of an accident in our vehicle, but we still pay for our car insurance just in case. And that's what we have to liken the citation protection plan to, is that it's protection against the possibility. Because you never know, as a driver, none of us ever know when we may receive a citation. We could be doing 72 miles per hour and, law enforcement pulls you over for going 7 miles over the speed limit.
Yeah.
Or 10 miles over the speed limit. It's a 55 mile zone. And if you look at our daily driving habits on a general scope, most drivers drive above the posted speed limit. So you never know. And you can go and park downtown and say, hey, I'm just going to jump out and I'm going to run in there right quick and I'm going to run right back out before I get a ticket. Come back out and you got a parking ticket on your car for $45.
So you pay for that?
We also pay parking ticket fines.
Wow. Okay, so before we get into this, this is interesting because I've never heard about something like that before.
Thank you.
But how did you come up with this idea?
So I'm the founder of the company. And how I developed and came up with the concept for the citation protection plan is back again. I sat down and I thought to myself, Wilkin, what can I bring to market that doesn't already exist, but will be super beneficial to the masses? And over trial and error of thinking and drafting and writing down on notepads and throwing this up against the wall and throwing that up against the wall, I determined that if no one likes to pay traffic ticket fines.
Nobody.
Because as I stated, it's something that just happens. No one leaves their home and says today, well, you know what? I think I'm going to drive fast and I'm just going to get me a speeding ticket.
Yeah.
No one does that. No one says I'm just going to go and get a parking ticket, or I'm just going to intentionally scroll through this stop sign and not make a complete stop and, hey, there's a cop and I get a ticket. So it happens because of our behavior and our habits as drivers, right? So from there, as I stated, no one likes to pay that inconvenient fine.
Yeah.
So if you develop a company and a product around that company that takes that inconvenient burden or inconvenient expense away from licensed drivers, it becomes a product that everyone wants.
Makes sense. But I'm still thinking, like, yes, what you said, you may have it, you never have a ticket, but it's just in case. Right?
It's protection against the possibility. And when you take into consideration our age demographic, our driving demographic right now, from age 17 up to 28, they're the most likely. That age group is most likely to receive a traffic citation, not just a speeding citation, but a traffic citation or parking citation in the United States, because of their behavior and habits as drivers. So having a citation protection plan already in your pocket, if something happens, if you get pulled over, and if you're issued a citation fine, you do know that, okay, I'm a member of Ticket Guard and I do have the citation protection plan subscription. So all I have to do is submit my claim and Ticket Guard will verify it and they'll take care of that fine for me.
Gotcha.
So again, money's not coming out of your pocket other than that $9.99.
Now I have a question about that. Like, money is not coming out of my pocket. Now, wouldn't this push people to drive recklessly on the street or on the road because they know they don't need to care about paying traffic tickets anymore?
Yep. So in the development of the product of the citation protection plan, we also took that into consideration with having our plan from Ticket Guard encourage drivers to disobey traffic laws and speed and do what they want, park and do what they want to do as drivers. And what we found out in our study groups is that most drivers would not increase bad behavior as drivers because of the citation protection plan. And the reason being is that you're going to lose your license.
Okay.
You gotta keep in mind that whenever we receive speeding tickets in generally all states, points are levied against your license. So we only have so many points, depending on what state you're in. You only have so many points that can be levied against your license for traffic violations. And once you hit that limit, you're going to lose your license for a minimum of a year.
Gotcha.
So that's why we find that most people don't get a speeding ticket today and say, "Oh, I don't care about it. I'm just going to get another speeding ticket this week as well." You're racking up those points against your license, and pretty soon, after about your third ticket, you're going to lose your license in that 1 year cycle.
Got you. I understand. Now, on the other side of the coin, I don't know. Do cops receive some type of incentive to give tickets to people? Do you know anything about that?
What we found out about law enforcement and the incentive to issue citations is that it basically doesn't exist. What does exist in law enforcement is that in order to know if a patrolman or a trooper is doing their job, they're expected to have a number, not a specific number, but a number of citations written throughout a 30-day period with their department.
Okay.
So some departments may say, hey, in 30 days, you should have written at least 10, at minimum 10 citations, pulling over drivers for minor or either major traffic violations, but we're looking at you should have at least 10. So that's where we hear the old school back in the day notions that, it's the end of the month and all of the highway patrolmen are out here trying to write tickets so they can meet their quota. They don't have a quota because what that akins itself to is targeting the driving public. And law enforcement cannot target us as drivers here in the United States.
Okay.
So that really doesn't exist. What happens is that, they're out there looking for sure. We pass them every day, sometimes 2 or 3 times a week. And you'll see a highway patrolman or city cop sitting in the cut waiting to see if somebody comes along doing what they're not supposed to be doing or breaking the speed limit, things of that nature. They're watching us. For sure.
Okay. You're not a cop, so there are questions I can't ask you. But that brings to my mind is, would law enforcement be happy if everybody was driving within the speed limit?
Yes. Law enforcement would be happy. However, the fact of it is, we as a population are not going to abide by that 55 mile per hour speed limit or that 70 mile per hour speed limit. If that speed limit is 70 miles per hour, we generally drive at 75 plus. We're gonna go 5 miles minimum above the speed limit as drivers, and that's just, it becomes almost natural because what's happening is that I'm driving with the flow of traffic. So they're doing 80, I'm doing 80. You see, and then others are following us. Everyone's doing 75 to 80 miles per hour in your most traveled lanes, your fast traveling lanes. But at the same time, we have to abide the laws, and that's why the citation protection plan is here, because once you do get pulled over, because we technically can be pulled over for going above the speed limit, even if it's 5 miles above the speed limit. You'll hear a lot of drivers say, well, I got pulled over and I was only doing 75 in a 70 and he wrote me a ticket anyway. Because they can.
They can.
They can write us a ticket.
Okay.
You can be written a ticket for going 3 miles above the
Oh,
speed
wow.
limit. A lot of times they don't like to do that.
Yeah.
It's become the general norm. Okay, if they're doing maybe 7 to 10 miles over, then yeah, I'm going to pull them.
Gotcha.
Now, you have to take in the other variables into consideration as well, such as school zones. School zones 35 miles per hour in a certain area, and you're doing 38, 39. Yeah, you're more likely going to get either a speed camera fine for that school zone, or you're either going to get pulled over by law enforcement that's
Gotcha.
monitoring that zone.
All right, I see now. So, man, this is interesting. I didn't know all of these things. So now, talk to me about you, like you, Reuben, as a person. Where were you born? Are you originally from here, from Georgia?
No, I'm not originally from Georgia, Wilkin. I'm a native of South Carolina.
Okay.
I'm a huge fan of the South Carolina Gamecocks
All right,
football
all right.
and women's basketball team. But I moved here to Atlanta in 1990. I was in the military, in the Army, and I ended up here in Atlanta, and I never left.
Oh, okay.
I love Atlanta.
Gotcha,
It's an entrepreneurial melting pot here.
Yeah.
And it's just an awesome city and metropolitan area to be a part of.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. So, yeah, this product, I believe it will make a difference.
Yes, it will. As I said, the biggest attribute to the product, other than paying the fine, is that you have to keep in mind you're paying an inconvenient fine, because speeding tickets, for instance, when we receive speeding tickets, it's always I don't need this ticket, I don't need this fine, or we're trying to talk the cop into, or the law enforcement officer into not writing us a ticket that has a fine attached to it. More so like maybe giving me a warning this time, I won't do it again. But more times than not, you do get issued a fine. So having protection from the citation protection plan, it takes away that inconvenience.
That's my case right here. I've been driving here in the U.S. for about 10 years.
Gotcha.
10 years driving in the U.S. here. 10 years I've been here in the country. I've never been pulled over. Never.
Awesome.
The other day I was going to speak at a convention in Florida. As I was driving, I had other people in the car with me. And I was talking to them about Psalm 23. And I was just talking Psalm 23, and then I was driving. I was not paying attention to how fast I was going. I'm not this type of guy who would go on the street and be driving fast.
Exactly.
But I saw the cop behind me. I say, that's not me, because ain't nobody have ever pulled me over for all the time I've been driving.
Exactly.
And I kept going. And I saw him behind me still. I said, okay, it seems like that's me. So I pulled over, and he came behind me and said, man, you were going like over the speed limit. So he said, well, he said like it was like 10 miles over. I said, man, I didn't even know. He gave me a ticket.
Yes. And see,
now how you gonna
now,
pay
Wilkin,
for that now?
So Wilkin,
Yeah.
that experience, personal experience of your own, and it's a recent experience.
Yeah.
Right?
That's January 3rd. You may be watching me right now. You're not supposed to. I mean, come on, man.
So with that recent experience and getting that citation fine, you have a personal testimony experience. It happens. It's an inconvenient expense, even though you have the money or may have the money to pay that fine. It's an inconvenient expense.
It is.
And for $9.99 a month, having a ticket guard citation protection plan, which only amounts itself to about $118 a year. Let me ask you this question. Is the fine they issued you more than $120?
It should be, but I don't know yet. Didn't mention it on the paper.
Gotcha. So most likely it'll be above $120. May not be above $200, but most likely it'll be above $120, right? Inconvenient expense taken care of by ticket guard.
So now,
and you never know. You didn't know you were going to get a ticket.
No, I didn't.
And you weren't consciously, intentionally driving above the speed limit. You're in the car. you're with family and friends, you're discussing the Bible, discussing Psalms, and it just happened. The same point that we're trying to drive home to all licensed drivers, it just happens. It just happens.
So now my question, can I just get the plan and then you'll pay for it?
So the way that the plan works is that just like car insurance, you can't get in a car accident and then call Allstate or State Farm and say, hey, I want to get your insurance. And by the way, I just had an accident last night and I need you guys to take care of that. Can I submit a claim? State Farm and Allstate's going to say no. Same thing at Ticket Guard. You have to have the coverage. You have to have the subscription plan before you get a parking ticket, traffic ticket, or speeding ticket. So when you come onto our website and you become a member of Ticket Guard and you subscribe to your Ticket Guard Citation Protection Plan, there is a 24-hour window before your plan is activated, right? So what that does is that's there to protect the company against fraudulent claims or people getting in trouble and then knowing or finding out about Ticket Guard and saying, hey, I'm going to go and sign up and then I'm going to turn around and submit a claim to Ticket Guard and get this ticket taken care of. You have to have the plan 24 hours before you receive any type of citation.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
So the key is
78 tickets per minute.
Per minute.
So you say per day how many tickets?
So per day you're looking at about 112,000.
100.
And that's just speeding. Keep in mind, this is only speeding ticket.
112,000 tickets. Let's say all of these people, they have a plan with you.
Okay.
112,000 a day times, let's say ticket is $200.
Okay.
That's 22 million. Like about $22 million that you would need to pay in one day.
Yep. Only if all 112,000 of those licensed drivers have a Ticket Guard Citation Protection Plan. Now, realistically speaking, all 112,000 of those drivers will not have a Ticket Guard Citation Protection Plan. So take, for instance, if here in the Atlanta metropolitan area, we have 58,000 citation protection plans active. All 58,000 of our members in the Metro Atlanta populace are not going to submit a claim the same day or even within the same week. That's improbable. Right? So the product actually works because, like I said, no one gets up and say, you know what? I'm just going to go out and I'm going to get me a speeding ticket today, Wilkin. And probably maybe get me a parking ticket by Thursday. Nobody does that.
No, nobody.
It's something that just, happens. So having protection against the possibility is key. And we're all, if you're driving, there's a possibility you may make an infraction. You may have a violation of in traffic and parking and speeding, and you get a ticket.
Makes sense.
You have people parking downtown Atlanta, for example, every day receiving parking tickets and parking boots. Because again,
so you pay
I'm just going to run in and run back out, but by the time you get back out, you got a ticket.
So they don't need to worry about that anymore.
Nope. Ticket Guard Citation Protection Plan will take care of that fine.
That's good. That's good. So you're a good man because yes, because who would think about something like that to see how inconvenienced people may be with a citation, and you say, I'm going to do this and pay it for them. They just pay a small fee a month for a membership, and you pay their citation for them.
They paying that $9.99 subscription cost for the plan itself, and that's it.
That's good. That's good.
That's it.
So
it's an inexpensive price point. It's something that we in our studies and development found that $9.99 price point is something that's not a burden. It's actually less than what you would pay for Netflix on a monthly basis or Hulu on a monthly basis. And the protection and benefit that it provides, it's almost invaluable because, as I stated, you won't have to pay that fine.
Yeah.
So I'd rather pay $9.99 a month for the protection versus paying $152 or $250 ticket out of my own pocket.
Makes sense, yeah.
And we
some
also allow our members to submit claims throughout the year. So it's not as though with the citation protection plan, I can only use this one time. No, you're able to use the product over and over again.
That's what I was going to ask, because some people don't have a ticket in a whole year, but some people will have 10. So would you just remove these people from?
So, as in the insurance industry, we also at Ticket Guard do what's called risk analysis. So what happens is, if we have a member that's submitting successive claims month after month after month, and by time, like you stated, by the time you get your 10th ticket, you shouldn't even have a license anymore.
Gotcha.
You shouldn't even be driving.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the state would have already put points against you and suspended your driving privilege. But with Ticket Guard, we do have terms and restrictions. We do not allow our members to submit more than 4 tickets in 1 year, 4 speeding tickets in 1 year.
Okay.
Now, if you're coming in and you get a citation protection plan and you get a ticket every week for the next 4 weeks, more than likely we're going to take a look at your plan, and we most likely would cancel that plan because you're not a very safe or conscious driver. You're driving, in our opinion, to be reckless, as though you don't really care about the laws and abiding by the laws. So what will happen is that we would most likely drop a person like that. But we find also that most people, you're just not going to, most of us don't want to lose our driving privilege.
No. Yeah.
And if we understand that having a license and being able to drive on our roads is an actual privilege granted to us by our state.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not a right.
Okay.
To have a license and a right to drive, it becomes more into scope for you that, okay, I don't want to lose my license. I got to get to work. I got to pick the kids up. I got to take the kids here. I got to go visit mom. I got to do this. You got to be able to move around. So you don't want to lose your license. So if you get a speeding ticket today, you're not going to go out in the next 2 weeks. You just received a speeding ticket out of town. You're not going to go and get another speeding ticket. Yeah. You're going to be a little bit more conscientious about your driving habit and behavior and watching yourself so that you don't get another ticket.
Yeah.
Not to say that one won't happen again in the future.
I understand.
But one won't happen right now if you can help it. And that's the general perspective taken by most drivers. You're not going to lose your license.
That makes sense. That's good. Wow, I'm gonna have to get this plan.
I really appreciate
this plan. Yes. So I know most of the people watching this show are high income earners, people who are in business like you, and they definitely need this because these are people like me. We travel a lot for business and things like that, and sometimes $120, $300 a ticket that we didn't plan for. It's inconvenience now, and this is you helping people managing risk. Right, and then protecting their money too, because $300 that you don't need to pay is $300 that stays in your business. Right. So now you as a high income earner, how do you do to manage your money? Right. So what would you help someone or tell someone that's watching right now in terms of protecting not just the ticket but other aspect of their lives in terms of money?
Well, actually, Wilkin, my wife and I, Shayla, what we do have a savings plan for revenue that comes in. Right now we're looking at investment opportunities such as real estate, such as other small businesses as well. And that would be my advice, that if you're earning a certain amount of money on an annual basis or monthly basis or whatever it may be, definitely saving back and having plans for that money, for the future, to make that money work for you and grow for you is actually is invaluable. Have that type of mindset when it comes to your money, because, you know, in my opinion, in order for you to stay wealthy, you have to move wealthy. And what I mean by moving wealthy is having the right state of mind on how to manage your money. How to manage your money in a way that you don't lose it all within 36 months.
Makes sense, yes.
Not spending frivolously, not just doing anything and buying expensive things that you don't actually need.
Yeah.
That money can be flowing back into your business. That money can be going into your bank accounts. It can be going into your 401ks. It can be going into your IRA, Roths. It can be going into all different types of investment vehicles to help make you money going forward and continue to stay wealthy.
That's powerful.
And generate that generational wealth that you've built and can pass down to your children. You can pass along to family members in your family unit and create generational wealth.
Powerful, powerful. Yes, of course. Now, one question. What is the greatest things have you done with money?
The greatest thing I've done with money, in my opinion, is start Ticket Guard.
Okay.
I also own a staffing company.
Oh, okay.
Where we provide general labor workers to various plants and facilities in 5 states, including Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Alabama, Tennessee, and as well as Florida. As we have to put Florida in there as well. So being able to just reinvest back into yourself to continue building that wealth, because I believe, Wilkin, so many of us, not all, but so many of us, once we come into money and start generating more money than we ever have before, we start, you know, having that type of mindset to where, oh, I can buy this, I can go there, I can do this, and oh, I'm gonna go and buy a Dodge Challenger.
Living that lifestyle and this,
and you're what you're doing is effectively burning through your wealth, your wealth. So you need to take that money and place it in the vehicles that can create more wealth.
Okay, okay. So that's what we do here at It's Possible Financial Services, right? Is teaching high income earners how they can save money and plan their retirement so that when time comes for them to retire, they don't need financial stress. They don't have financial stress, right? So that's these are the things that we do. So in your case, what are some of the things that you do as a high income earners to prepare for, let's say, the next 20 years, the next 30 years?
So for the next 20 to 30 years, the plan is, in my regard, to continue growing the company. Continue growing my staffing company as well. Continue growing Ticket Guard to where wealth is being amassed through those particular companies, right? So from there, you're going to want to invest. Coming back again to that same word, you're going to want to invest in vehicles that's going to continue to grow wealth from that invested money. So because if you think about it, if you retire at the age of 65, based on today's life expectancy here in the United States, you're expected to live at least another 20 years. You know, and that's having good health and things going your way. But you're looking at another 20 to 25 years. You're going to need to be able to sustain yourself.
Yes.
So you can't burn through the money. And Wilkin, I believe the biggest hurdle for most of us is being able to discipline ourselves. Being able to discipline ourselves to save. My wife and I, we had to get into that mode as well. That discipline to save the money. So if you have $10,000 come in, then we need to save that money instead of taking that money and going on a cruise or going on vacation or buying something really, really high dollar. Save that money. And if you could take that $10,000 and make it into $100,000 with the right plan and the right guidance, which that's possible.
Good, man. You know so much about these things, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's exactly what we do, where we help people discipline how they save money, right? So we do that using one of the products we use is called the IUL, Index Universal Life. This is a plan where people save money in every month, or they can just put a lump sum of money, and then that money keeps growing for them, like 12% a year.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So, and the beautiful thing they can do with that too. Let's say you have $200,000 you want to invest in your business. Instead of taking that money and put it right into your business, we show you how you can put that into a IUL,
Okay.
and then come back. So once you put the money into the IUL, it provides income for you, like protection.
Okay.
Like if the person has a heart attack, it's a stroke,
Gotcha.
cancer, they have money they can access, which is not the $200,000.
Gotcha.
So it creates a bucket of money they can access if they like we have one of these type of things. Now, one more thing is the beauty of this. You come back, you take a loan against the $200,000,
Okay.
and then you put it into your business. So now your $200,000 is working for you twice,
Gotcha.
because it's working inside of the IUL.
With the 12%.
Yes,
Okay.
and then you come back, you take a loan against it, you put it in your
Do
business.
what I wanted to do with the business.
Yes.
I love that strategy.
And then the business is going, your IUL is also going for you with all the benefits that comes with it. So this
Can't
is,
beat that.
yeah, this is one of the
I
things
like
we
that.
do. Yeah. So, man, thank you so much for coming on the show today, Reuben.
Thank you. Thank you.
Man, and so I believe that. So if someone would like to partner with you, to present these products to their clients or customers, or how can they do that?
So, with you bringing that up, Wilkin, Ticket Guard does have an affiliate brand partner program.
Okay.
Where we do reach out, and we're developing right now a network of independent auto insurance brokers that are not held captive to maybe a State Farm or Progressive, things of that nature, but you're independent. What we're actually able to do is to offer and introduce to that broker an additional income stream
Okay.
for your agency or company, just by simply presenting the Ticket Guard Citation Protection Plan subscription to your policyholders or customers. And from that, Ticket Guard pays you as an affiliate brand partner a 30% commission
Oh, wow.
from each citation protection plan that's subscribed to through your customers or policyholders.
Okay.
So, say for instance, you know, if you have, if you're able to subscribe maybe 50 policyholders up to a citation protection plan, that amounts itself to about $900
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay.
a month
A month.
that you're going to receive from Ticket Guard, and you're going to get that money every month
Every month.
as long as the plan is inactive. So that's
Okay.
basically the life of the plan. As long as that customer or customers keeps the plan,
Yeah.
your agency, your company receives that commission from Ticket
All
Guard
right.
on a monthly basis.
That's good. Now, what I'm going to ask you to do for me is to give me a referral link.
Okay.
All right.
Will
So
do.
that referral link, I'm going to put it under this video.
All right.
And whoever comes under the video, hey, if you're watching the video, this is your link right here.
That's
Go
right.
into the link and get Ticket Guard, okay? So that we can receive that commission.
That's right.
All right, so that's good, man. That's good. So any other thoughts that you want to share with everybody?
Well, I would love for everyone to see the benefit of the citation protection plan. We have people now that see the benefit of the plan, and it's continuing to grow on a day-to-day basis.
Okay.
But that's our main key focus, is educating the public about the citation protection plan, because as you know, it's something that's brand new.
Yeah, yeah.
It's never existed before. So what we're wanting to do is educate the public as well, that, hey, there's now a subscription plan that I can get into, that if I get a ticket, or if little Johnny, who's my son, receives a ticket while he's in college, it can be taken care of for $9.99 a month.
That's a good point right there.
Mhm.
Parents should have something
Yes.
for their kids that are in college.
Yes. So, and Ticket Guard does facilitate that. Our product does allow for that to happen. Even though if you're under the age of 18, you cannot subscribe to the citation protection plan on your own. So say for instance, I'm a parent and I have little Johnny. Little Johnny's 17 years old. He's a senior in high school this year. He's driving. We just bought him a car. So I'm going to go ahead and get the citation protection plan subscription so that if he's out driving in a way that I didn't teach him to drive, and he's, you know, with our younger generation nowadays doing what they want to do, he's protected.
Okay.
I don't have to worry about trying to figure out how I'm going to help him pay a speeding ticket fine.
All right.
We already have citation protection plan subscription from Ticket Guard.
That's good. That's good. It's powerful, man. That's good stuff. Yes.
Thank you.
So everyone, well, thank you very much for taking the time to watch the video today. You know, I had Reuben came, man. That's powerful. We need more people like this in our community, building great products to help the community. You know, thank you so much, Reuben, for coming on the show today.
Thank you for allowing me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So everybody, thank you very much. Go, please click on the link and get Ticket Guard for yourself and for your children, and then protect yourself. Okay. Thank you very much for watching the video. Have a great day.